Howdy, fellows. In today's video, we're going to be discussing one of my favorite topics of 2024, and that is the Internet Computer Protocol. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the price action of ESCP, what my price predictions are, and what is going on around the world in the Internet Computer ecosystem. Drop love in the comment box. Nothing I say is financial advice. Make sure you guys do your own research before you make investment choices. And do me a favor, give the video a free thumbs up and hit subscribe. That way you let me know you guys enjoy this kind of content, and please watch to the end. Now, there's a lot going on in the Internet Computer Protocol ecosystem around the world. As you guys know, one of my views on the Internet Computer has changed very extensively. When Internet Computer first launched, we saw the extensive and epic decline of the price from an $800 launch price down to effectively $2.07 at the cycle low, which happened in this past year. It was quite an incredible of a ride. And I wasn't even holding the coin until the bottom of the market, or I should say FTX collapsed, because that's when we really understood that there was a lot of manipulation going on behind the scenes of like Keystellar, Litcoin, and Internet Computer, Cardano as well. And so I started buying as FTX was collapsing and basically down to the bottom in November when we were at about $2.70. And now we're at, $150 or something like that. We hit a high about, $14 at the beginning of January 2024. And this is pre-bull market. This is pre-Bitcoin halving. But a lot of the reason my opinion on Internet Computer changed is because I looked at the data. I looked at what the developers are doing. I looked at the dfinity Foundation and the dfinity employees and developers around the world that through the bear market, through all of the feud, through all of the price manipulation, they continue to build. They built through the bear market. They built through the utter collapse of a coin. I mean, we haven't seen this happen with pretty much any coin go from an $800 wick down to basically $50 in the course of just a few months. But that's what happened with IP. Now, to show you some of what has been going on, dfinity posts updates pretty much every week or every month on the page. They talked about Internet Computer represented at the World Economic Forum in Davos. The Electric Capital report showcased the ecosystem growth and many other exciting developments. Now, keep in mind, I know there's a lot of controversies whether World Economic Forum is the right place for these crypto companies and whether this is, anti the whole thesis around crypto. But at the end of the day, guys, like this is where world elites are going. And not only world elites are going there, but they're being introduced to elite chains like Internet Computer. dfinity also posted this. One of the highly read reports on crypto developer activity is the annual Electric Capital Developer Report. ICP is among the 5th fastest growing ecosystem with an impressive 30% increase in overall developer count. So actual number of people, 37 increase. And keep in mind, when we saw Solana have a 97 reduction in developers after the FTX collapse, Internet Computer has been increasing, right? And not only have they been increasing, but it's not like they lost all of their developers due to an epic capitulation event in the markets. Now, dfinity posted this from the Electric Capital report. It says, with 485 man code commits analyzed across 88,000 public repos, the Electric Capital report is out for developers, and ECP is among the fast growing ecosystems with that 37 developer increase. Now, we're not going to go through that whole report on this video. We may do it in a future one, but effectively, they continue saying it secures its position as one of the leading blockchain networks in the CVC Top 50 report in 2023 by CV Labs. Anyway, an article by Cyber on cybersecurity by Dominic, the founder of dfinity. In the report emphasizes Internet Computer's adaptability and security. The new replica version that contains a change that enables a novel peer-to-peer implementation of this and HTTPS outcalls. The new peer-to-peer layer will foster improving the finalization rate of the consensus protocol, resulting in faster interaction with dApps running on ICP. They said Dominic Williams, Jan, the chief technology officer over at dfinity, and this guy, Paul, no title, took part in various panel discussions and keynotes at the World Economic Forum. Their insight and perspectives underscored ECP's role in driving innovation across business and technology. And so you can see, this is some of the panel over here. You can see people from Coinbase and from some other companies here. Can't read all their tags. There's Dominic on stage. They're talking about the CipherSphere as a cloud internet computer. There's Dominic. He has a pretty good style. Here's the rest. Okay, here's the rest of the team. This is the director of the United Nations International Computing something. This is the chief technology officer at Internet dfinity. This is the founder and CEO. I don't know what. I can't read that company. This is a guy from Europe, blockchain lead at PwC. And this is a managing partner at Agley Ventures. So you can see, on the world stage talking about crypto and the new world of finance and what this technology can do for enterprises. And this collaborative spirit between government and blockchain innovators was evident at Finstable Companies, which is Asia's leading blockchain solution, in Thailand's first Web3 Innovation Center conference that took place recently. This person who's a head of global adoption at dfinity for Internet Computer, and this person who's the general manager of Asia for dfinity demonstrated Internet Computer's role in Thailand's digital future. And if you guys are not aware, Thailand is, and has at least been for the past 5 or so years, been a very, very pro-crypto and crypto-friendly country that is looking to kind of regulate in a way that, a lot of other areas of the world are not. And so this brings us to the network activity and how the network operates and really what the value of this coin is, because I get this question a lot. Is Internet Computer going to reach these all-time highs that it reached upon the launch and then crashed? Well, I don't know that we're going to be hitting $800 anytime soon. I do think that the trajectory for Internet Computer, this is the all-time chart effectively. I do think that Internet Computer has a very, very bright future and forgetting about the collapse of the price. Okay, even this is what I would say, like, if I was in at $100 or in at $500 in Internet Computer, I would either probably take the loss and then reopen a new position or two, just hold it and pray. But I would never just hold a losing position in hopes that it's going to, a billion times. Yeah. Because keep in mind, if you put $1,000 into any investment, right? And again, nothing I say is financial advice. Do your own research before you make investment choices. Let's say you put a $1,000 in, you get a 90 reduction in the value. That means you have $100 in value left. Well, now to get back to your $1,000, you need to 10x. So you lost 90. And most people are like, oh, I just need to go back up 90. No, you need to go up 1,000 to reach that $1,000 investment. And so that is pretty difficult, and you probably be waiting for quite a while. So like psychologically, sometimes it does make sense to just sell, take that loss, and then rebuy in at better prices, right? So let's say you bought in $1,000 and you bought it maybe $500, and then the price goes down to $5. That's a 90. Really, it's like a 99 reduction. I think from $500, 90 reduction would be $50. So yeah, it's a 99 reduction, right? So to go back up, you would need to literally like 10,000x effectively. Instead, you can just take the loss, rebuy in at $5, and then it kind of resets your investment clock, right? This is more of a psychological thing, effectively, from a tax purpose, right? You can offset some of those losses from a tax perspective and offset some of the gains that you may have in other assets. But in my view, to go from $500 down to $5 and then just sit and say, oh, maybe we'll go back to $500, it's going to play with you forever. You're just going to keep looking at that position in your portfolio. In my view, if I was in that position personally, I would probably sell the position even now at $11. Maybe wait a little. If it goes a little bit lower, higher, sell it. Wait till there's a dip below 10 and then buy back in. Because if we go from 10 to 100, you 10x your money, right? But if you're still thinking, well, my buy price was $500, you still have to 500x from $100 to get to that $500 just to make your money back. And so that is not a very good psychological barrier to have in your portfolio, in my view. And don't get it twisted. Like, I have 99 drops in some of my positions and I'm holding them, right? I'm using them strategically so that I can tax loss harvest if I need to. So, but if I'm looking at a WAP position and I believe it's going to do well, and I'm already down fairly significantly, yes, I can bring my dollar cost average down by continuing to buy in now. But sometimes people still are going to see that, $500 buy price and not be able to deal with it. My view is that Internet Computer, we're already at $11, right? And that was the pre-halving pump. And the Internet Computer has not really been through a full bull market. It was introduced effectively at the end of the last bull market. So is it going to perform as well as it? Well, it didn't perform at all like last cycle, but is it going to go back to these numbers this cycle? I don't know. I mean, we're at $10 right now. The low was $2.70. If we look at like previous cycles and say, okay, maybe we 100 times, 10 times from the low of $2.73 would be what did I say? I literally don't remember what I just said. Oh, let's say we go 200 times. So $2.73 times 200 is $546, right? That's not even close to $1,500. So I do think that over the course of time, Internet computer can get to $12, $50 fairly easily. I mean, where we are right now, we're at basically, let's say $12. If we 100 times, we get to $1,200. So effectively, if Internet computer maintains this price level of about $112 through this whole bull market and deploys technology and is adopted and continues to have flawless execution of the technology, there's a high potential that we will see investment moving into Internet computer. And this could potentially push the valuation up significantly higher. The other thing to keep in mind is that there are a lot of bag holders from this. There are other websites. I didn't pull it up for this video, but there's, I think, intotheblockchain.com or something like that. You can go in and see the average buy price for the majority of users. So you'll be able to see, I would imagine the majority of Internet computer holders, the majority are still in from above $100, right? Whether they were given the coins at launch, right? They're insiders that they helped develop the protocol, or they're just early investors, right? There was basically before we hit, below $20, it was basically one full year. We went from $500 down to, $40. So it had a full year of capturing all these investors who were trying to buy these dips in the coin. That's why I always say, like, wait for a bottom, wait for a floor to form. Like once that floor forms, and what you guys can see here is a nice floor over the last few years. And now we're starting to see the uptrend in the floor. And if we zoom in on this chart even more, you can see a clear cup and a handle right here. Maybe not exactly a cup and handle, but you can see this parabolic growth. And to me, this kind of move in the market where it's nice, steady, right? It's not a straight up. I'm like, some of it is straight up, but this was a 3X and we're seeing steady growth here. This potentially could indicate that there are people buying these dips, buying the bottom of the market. But again, there are still a lot of bag holders from the above, $100 range. So this could offset some of my thesis about the longevity or the amount of time it's going to take to get to $1,250. Because keep in mind, if all of these bag holders are holding from $200, $150, $300, that means you would almost believe none of that coin is going to be sold until we hit those numbers. Because if they didn't sell yet, they're probably not going to sell it in a loss at all, right? And so that means that those coins are technically locked, even though they're not, and they may move, but they're locked because they're not being sold right now, and they probably won't be sold until we get into a profit, right? So we have now until about maybe $150 to $200 of almost guaranteed moves to the upside because of lack of liquidity, because of all the bag holders. And again, this is just a theory and a thesis. I don't know this for sure, but Internet computer is one of my larger positions. It's still a fairly small position in my portfolio, but this is why I believe that we could potentially 100x from this $12 range that we're at today, hit that $1,250 if this theory is accurate, meaning most people are holding and they're going to continue to hold until they're in the green. That means that there are some people at $500, $600, $700 that are never going to sell until we hit those numbers again. So that means technically we may fluctuate from this below $100 range to maybe about $250. And we may just range in that for years, because as soon as it goes over that, whatever that range is, people are going to start selling just to get their initial principal out. And so that's where I think that we may actually accelerate to this price faster, because the more people who think that we're not going to hit $1,250 makes me think we are going to hit it, just based on the speculative nature and the lockup of these coins of people who've been holding the losses for years. Something to keep in mind. I really want to know what you guys think down below in the comments of this video. Do you think the Internet computer is the elite blockchain and the blockchain built for the elites? Let me know down below in the comments. We are going to stop here for now. Thank you for watching my video. Keep supporting this channel. See y'all in my next video.